Good evening. I'm very honored to be here with you all. We all appreciate you taking care of our elderly, handicapped, sick people in our society and staying with us through these hard times. So it's just very understandable that we would like to take care of you too. So I thank the organizations that have invited me to share with you some ideas, and I welcome you to our kitchen. And my husband Ari will be helping me. I am a yoga practitioner, a yoga student, and this is my master, BKS Iyengar. He's Indian. Would you like to do this pose right now? Maybe not right away. Yoga is a system that takes care of the body and the mind. It's a philosophical system that was developed in India. But through this master, we understand how to take care of ourselves in any place of the world and in any condition. So the kitchen is a very normal daily place, and we thought we will show you how in your routine you can enjoy movement, mobility, stretch, better breathing to reduce tension from the system. So let us just start. You can join us, you can open your cameras, you can use around your room. I will try and see you all. You can open the mic and ask something if you don't see well or if you want to get a better explanation. Let us just start, okay? So no need of special equipment or special clothes or anything. See how the kitchen can be a place where we get a better posture. This is the sink. So it has a depth here. When we hold the sink of the kitchen, we can roll the shoulders back and extend the arms. This will give us uprightness and will open the chest. So Ari, you can do that. Yoga is for everyone, whether we are men, women, old, young, healthy or sick. So you can walk forward until your arms get extended and see how your shoulders are rolling back, and then the back is coming forward and the chest opens. The opening of the chest is a big, simple secret, because the chest is the seat of our self, of our emotional heart. And when the chest opens, we just feel right away better. Now we can use the sink for another stretch. So for example, if we hold the sink and we walk back, we can extend away from the arms and let the entire back elongate. So please, Ari, you do. So you pick a place where you step, not too far, and then you hold the sink and you move your thighs back to get the back elongated as if it was really a table. You have to stretch your legs so the backs of the knees backs of the legs are really opening. This opening of the backs of the legs also has to do with our mood, but it is very important for the back to have long muscles in the back, in the legs. Then, okay, I'll show you in case the back is paining and you have anything. It can be a table is very common, but it can be even your bed if you kneel down, or a shelf, or maybe a little cupboard, and you spread your legs until the table reaches to your upper thighs. And then if you go forwards, you put your back on the table as if it was a tablecloth. Like this tablecloth that was on the table, you can put your back on the table. So this Ari do. You can get an idea of what it looks like when you see it, but it will be utterly different when you actually do it. Because yoga is very experimental and you need to taste it. I don't know if you noticed how Ari sighed and was breathing better the moment the back was spreading. What I will suggest you is to walk in with your legs, walk in as if it was legs of the table, and then you can raise the head up, chest up, lift a little bit, and pull your belly forward, your ribs forward to get a good elongation. The idea is to really rest the back. So what Ari is doing here, 90 degrees between the legs and the back, you can do free in space here, like by holding a windowsill, holding, for example, if you practice in the balcony, you can hold the bar of the balcony grill. So it's the same pose, but it can be supported or non-supported. It's extremely beneficial for the belly, therefore for the digestion, and for the spine and the lower back, which can be very sensitive to physical work, but also to our emotional condition. Now, I want to show you another way one can use any support, and this will be, maybe we can show it here, so it will be better seen. The advantage of the sink is that we can grip, but here we can rest the elbows and move back until we can extend the arms, put the forehead on the shelf or on the counter, and then let this area of the upper back, the shoulders, the shoulder blades go down. And this is actually very, very nice because it takes the load off the shoulders. It opens this shoulder joint and it allows again the chest to open. So please, Ari, can you demonstrate? The taller you are, the stiffer you are, you need more height. So you rest the elbows, you walk back, you try to measure where to stand in order to create your table. Legs perpendicular and back horizontal. And then when the elbows are hanging, you can dip down your upper spine, your shoulder blades, until you feel a very nice opening here and some release in the shoulder region. And then you can come back. Now,
Excuse me, can you tell me how many minutes we have to do that?
Well, you can start from 30 seconds, a little, similar to what we were demonstrating, and you can repeat it twice, and then gradually you can increase and stay 1 minute. If you use the table, for example, the table that was a very passive way of doing, you will want to stay longer.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, now you can see here, it's also every house has its potential. So this is just an example. I'm sure in any environment where you are, there are very good places that you can use. So this is another example where we can use a doorway. It can be a doorway or two walls, which create a distance which will be about a meter, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And then we can step near one side and have the entire body lengthened. You can also raise your arms up and get the full length of the body along the wall. But then you can bend from here and walk, the buttocks will go up, and you put the hands on the wall, opposite side, and you walk up, up, up the wall, providing that you keep your legs near the wall behind you. So this will give you a double action, pressing back, pressing forwards to extend and let your spine in. If you are tall and the doorway is smaller, then the angle will be higher. So let's see with Ari, who is taller. So you stand on one wall, yes. First, you can get a full length, raise the arms up, and you will see that the wall gives you the inspiration and the support to lengthen and open, raise the spine up, and extend. The spine is what holds our nervous system. So extending the spine is actually taking care of our nervous system and therefore our emotional, mental condition and all the functioning of our body. So then you can put the hands in front. Yes. And as you walk up with the hands on one wall, you keep your buttocks, legs back to the other wall. And then you see there is a nice, long, harmonious line of the arms along with the back. I will show you another way to go into this pose that will be maybe more secure. So if you put first your hands and then you walk back, you will feel more safe in your action. Okay, so please just demonstrate again so they get a chance to see. First you put the hands, then you walk back, you lower the arms accordingly until you get the right angle. The legs are perpendicular and the trunk and the arms form one straight line. Again, you can see that when this area of the shoulders and shoulder blades, you know, where we carry the load of life and sometimes bags or any heavy things we have to take, when this area goes in, it is the other side of the coin of the chest. So again, the chest opens, circulation in the lungs will be better, breath will be better, and we feel automatically relief. Then you can come back. Good. Now, let us see how we can use a chair.
Sure.
Any chair. Can you see well? Yeah. Any chair which has no wheels, which means it's not like a desk chair, just kitchen chair, simple kitchen chair. When we use it, we can sit upon it and have the feet down. Then we sit not with the back to the chair, we can sit with our profile to the chair. And then we can turn to the back of the chair using our arms. This will create a spiral movement of the spine, which is a twist. And if you try it, you will see it's a tremendous relief for the back and a very nice squeezing, cleansing action for the internal organs. So you can do Ari. So your feet will be down. The feet down, the back is straight, the head, the neck, the trunk in line. And then when you turn to the chair, you will find the back of the chair, which allows you to pull and push in order to bring your chest parallel to the back of the chair. See this smile? It means it works because it's because it reflects through the face that something is happening, and it can be very surprising. We turn, you see the form, but you don't realize what happens in the belly, where we have a very big nervous plexus, and how it creates a relief in this tense area. Then you can change the side. So you sit again with your other side of the body facing to the chair. Then you see here, his back, he holds it straight. If you are not sure, you can even raise your arms up. And as you raise the arms up, you will see that the body gets extended similarly to the way we did it near the wall. Then you turn to the chair and you hold the chair. You should not hold the breath. You hold the chair and you can exhale, let go the breath, and then turning to the chair will create this rotational spiral upright movement of the spine, of the ribs, of the diaphragm, of the abdominal cavity. So you inhale and you create a lift, and then you exhale and you rotate. And then you can release and come back. So actually, whenever you are sitting, you can use this pose to let go the back. Now, we can have, with the chair facing the table, a forward bending. So we will show it to you from several angles, but we can do it extending all the way forwards, or resting our arms and putting the forehead on the table or on our arms. We can also take, a towel or a simple blanket to cushion a little bit if it is a hard surface. So please, I'll do it here and then we will show another angle. So you sit on the chair really deep inside, and then you spread the legs out, outside the legs of the chair, but stepping down. So there is room for the belly, room for the back, and then you extend forwards. You can choose the distance following your intuition, so you can get again a long spine and an open chest. This maintenance of the back as one long piece will give a great relief to the lower back, which is more delicate. So now you see, yes, he folded his arms, he rested his forehead, and then the elbows are hanging up, and the shoulders, shoulder blades, the spine of the upper back can descend downwards. This, in fact, is very good if we have high blood pressure or any excitement or even insomnia. This can really, cool down and quieten down. So we will show you, maybe I'll show it from here, so you can get two angles. I thought you would stay also. Depending on the chair, see where you can sit. But if you sit well back on the chair, you will have plenty of space to extend forwards. You move the chair back to have the back one line. We want to avoid this position. This position means that the chest is closed and the shoulder blades are out. So if we want to have open chest and the back deep into the body, we need to give the room. So we can extend like this way. And when the forehead is rested, the skull is rested, the brain within the skull is supported, so the entire nervous system, again, is supported. And it has a special flavor. It may look like something from outside, but when you actually perform it and you taste it, you realize what is the value of it. Then you can come back. I want to show you some other ways standing, how we can use, for example, this kind of environment. For example, to put stand in front of the chair, put one leg on the chair, and then bend forwards. And then you change. You put one leg on the chair, the feet are forwards, the back is straight, and then you rest forward upon your leg. So this is very mild. You can do that. Can you show up for a moment? Yes, no, stand forwards. You stand straight, stand straight, stand straight. Yes, you need to walk still forward to the chair. Still, yes. So you stand upright with one leg bent, and then you can rest over your bent leg. So there is a very nice forward extension. You see how his t-shirt is nicely ironed. It means that the back muscles and the ribs here, everything is spreading. So it means no pinching in the back. Can you now change? So the chair level is easy to get. You see one leg is straight, one leg is bent, and then uprightness of the back. And then with an exhalation, going forwards, bending forwards, extending forwards. Exactly, and exhaling. Exhalation is very important because the moment we exhale out the air, we let go tension. Tension that we are aware of, and also muscular tension or other tension that is accumulated in the body and we are not even aware of. Now, imagine you are more supple. You can take your leg all the way up on the counter. Or I can show it here. You take the leg on the counter. So this is a stronger stretch for the upper leg and a more of a challenge to the uprightness of the back. If you will come forward here, it will be a stronger stretch. The idea is not to go down here, but to go down there. So you can extend on the counter and go forwards. Obviously, it can be done on the table. So the advantage of the table is no, we cannot use a bed because they don't have a bed. But if you have a table, you see the entire leg is resting on the table. So this is very accommodating. And then you can extend forwards if you wish, and you will see that it works very well. So, Ari, let us see. So for him, as he is taller than the table, I would put something underneath to make the table taller until he can almost sit his entire leg on the table. Now this can be done front view, but also lateral. For example, I take my leg here sideways. So Ari is facing to his foot and I'm facing 90 degrees from my leg. Okay, so now you can come down for a moment. Okay, a kitchen towel for your foot is excellent. And then you can grip and extend. So now take this leg down, do the other leg for a moment. So we can get an impression. You will see that once we start taking care of the body, we realize it is not symmetrical. And because the poses are not symmetrical, we actually can study better the asymmetry of our own body and work and improve towards symmetry. So one leg may be more painful to stretch than the other. Then you can come down. Okay, just be careful not to fall. And now show us side view. So you can face the wall and take the leg on the table. In, go in, go in, go in, go in. Pick always when you practice an area where you will feel safe. For example, I can put a chair here, so he has a support to hold on to. Then the body turns from right to left as the leg extend completely sideways. So this, as I said, can be done free in space, just the foot resting on something, or if you have the conditions, you can put the legs resting upon something. Then you can come down, and I'll change. Let us change. Yes. So you see the navel is free, abdomen is free, and so you will feel the stretch in the inner side of the leg. This muscle of the leg, the inner leg, is very important to keep long in order to maintain a healthy knee. Okay, then you can release and come back. Now, we will show you some ideas lying down. It can be even on your bed. It can be on the carpet, probably not in the kitchen itself, but we will show it here as this is where we are demonstrating. So we will go again to this corner where we have two walls. Can you see well this corner here? So Ari, please come. What we will do is lying down on the floor, having the legs up. This is perfect because I can push with the hands back and it will move my legs to the wall. So this gives the lower back a very, very nice extension. So Ali, please come and let me. Okay. Lie down on the back and the buttocks to the wall. 90 מעלות. Okay. You can spread a blanket if the floor is cold, but you see how he pushes with the hands and it helps him ski on the floor to the wall. Do you hear him?
The best part.
This is the best part, he says. So this sighing, it's very spontaneous. It's a sign of a relief. So you may take the blanket and put it under your head and neck to hold the throat, to hold the brain. Then the legs get extended on the wall. Now you can bend one leg and hug this leg. And you can stay in this position for 30 seconds or 1 minute or few breaths, as much as it feels convenient. You will see that the pose is not static. You can sense inside that it is working. And as long as it is working, and you feel nice, you can keep the pose. Then you change. One leg will be, the one that was down will go up, and then you take care of the other side. Okay. Then eventually you can also cross the legs. Crossing of the legs will allow the lower back to go flat on the floor, the pelvis to open on the floor. And can you see? Then you see he extend the legs and he changed the crossing of the legs. And actually to be in this pose for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day is extremely powerful. Many, many things will take place without any special intention from our side, just by being inverted in these ways. The feet up, the hips down, the back flat on the floor. Many things will get settled in the anatomical system and also in the physiological system. So you can spend some time with the legs up. It can be in your before going to sleep, or it can be in your morning routine, or if you have some minutes in the midday. And you will see after a while doing this pose regularly that it is really helpful. So you can change the positions of the legs, crossing, stretching, one leg bend, spreading the legs sideways. In here, we don't have really the possibility. Can you stretch the legs up? Yes, and then spread them sideways. So we don't have the full wall, but you can get the idea. And then after spreading the legs nicely sideways, you can also bring the feet together. Feet together, bend the legs and feet together. Feet together, soles of the feet together. Yes, and if you push the wall behind you, Ari, it will bring you closer to the wall in front of you. Yes. So this position is very helpful also for the genital system. Not to do during menstruation. All these poses when the legs are up are not to be done during your menses, but in between, after the period is over or before the period starts, feet together and knees apart is very, very nice. Maybe we can show it in another angle. It is having the feet this way, okay, knees apart and the soles of the feet touching. Okay. Now you can bring the knees together. Yes. And then turn to the side. Roll to the side all the way. And then sit up. Now to conclude the practice, you can start with it, but you can also conclude with it. It's very nice to lie down. The lying down we do every night, right? But it is an art how to lie down. So we will try to show you okay. Spreading a blanket on the floor, fine. Then you sit on the floor, and from sitting on the floor, supporting with your hands, you unfold your back, vertebra by vertebra down, until your head is on the floor. The legs are bent. And then you take again this blanket. I also thought that you may not have a blanket or a big towel, but this is just a very normal cushion that we often have in the living room. You can use it as well. The idea is to put it all the way until your shoulders. So, Ari, you can take it. You put it under your neck, under your shoulder, until it touches the shoulders. Can you get an idea from this angle? We will, in a minute, we will change the angle. Then, either you extend the legs one by one, and then you drop them down, hands on the floor. This will be the full pose that we call Shavasana. It's the final relaxation. You see that the body is, as much as we can, is spreading, and it is laid symmetrically on the floor. But what can be very helpful is to have a chair under the legs. So, can you raise the legs up? If we put a chair and we take the legs upon the chair, this will allow the back to go down. Now, Ari, please bend the legs and turn, and we will show it here because can you stand up? Because they cannot see from this angle. So please come here. And then lie down. So sitting down. Is it a better view? Yes. Lying down. Then adjusting the support under the head. Go slightly more in because your head is cut off the frame. Yes. And then raising the legs upon some support. It can be a sofa, it can be your bed, it can be a chair. Ideally, we want to have the entire shin resting on the chair, which means that the knee is touching the edge of the chair. And this is a very nice relief for the knees, for hip joints, for your lower back, for the abdomen, etc., etc. Okay, then you can stay in this position as long as you feel comfortable. I would stay more than 30 seconds in this pose, 3 to 5, and eventually more minutes. You can breathe quietly. You don't have to do anything special because the rhythm of the breath will naturally slow down and the belly will go closer to the back. I will put a blanket on Ari's belly to demonstrate this area. And then you will see that when he exhales, this blanket goes down. Now we don't want to push the blanket up. We will try to keep the blanket down and inhale. And every time we exhale, we will exercise the belly to deflate and go closer to the back. So we come nearly to the end of this session. I thank you very much for joining. If there is any special question, or if you want to consult for any specific issue, and I can help, I will be happily answering.
You can unmute yourself independently if you want. Ephrat, there was a question in the chat if it's good for only for women or for both. So maybe you should...
Purposely, I asked Ari to join because there are many men who are caregivers, and you see how a big man can manage to and get addicted to this kind of practice. So definitely it is for men and women alike.
תודה רבה.
תודה רבה לכם.
תודה לך. We thank you so much.
Most welcome. Take care, take good care of yourself.
Thank you.
אפרת, את רואה את הצ'אט?
כן.
Thank you so much. Please send the recording
We will upload the recording.
from the WhatsApp.
And no, we will, you know what, I will copy the link in the chat now. Can you see the chat?
Okay.
So I will write down the chat and you will be able to...
After
Thank you
starting
very
the
much.
practice, we will have some doubts. We will clear it after, sir.
Okay,
After starting the practice, only we get some doubts.
yeah, of
After
course.
that, I will ask you if there is any doubt. I have to know something more. I will contact you.
Fine, no problem. I will reply with pleasure. Somebody
Thank you.
asked about back pain due to lifting the employer. Definitely, I believe that lifting is very heavy on the back. So as much as you use the back, your back, to lift another person, you have to exercise a little bit and take care of your own back. So the things that we did today are definitely helpful to maintain healthy back. For scoliosis as well. Scoliosis is a special condition where the spine is not straight. It's very normal, it's very common, but it is a little challenging. So it can be helpful. Sometimes scoliosis needs more specific adjustments.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'd like to ask if that the exercises will help also the meralgia parasthetica.
Fibromyalgia.
Yeah, meralgia parasthetica. Like there's a can I tell you there's the veins, the arteries are like on the back or compressing.
Squeezing. It's like
Yeah.
compression. Yes,
Compression.
because if I understand this syndrome, I'll go check later. It improves circulation a lot.
Yeah.
Having the legs upside down drains the veins.
Mhm.
So it helps the heart because the blood that comes back from the legs is just flowing with gravitational force down. So the legs are really restful. The vascular system is really resting. There are more poses that can be helpful that we didn't show today. Maybe, Ari, where are you? My demonstrator. Can you show Vajrasana? You can combine the lifting of the legs up along with all the stretching that we showed with the sitting down. Can you sit in Vajrasana? You kneel down on the knees. You can spread again a blanket or do it on the carpet. And then you can have another blanket into the back of the knees. And
Okay.
you can take your pillow and put it under your buttocks. Now see? Yes. Then can you imagine this position? It squeezes. Because it squeezes, it empties the veins. So it releases a lot of tension that can be in the veins. And so combining, stretching, lifting the legs up for draining and sitting upon the legs to squeeze them is bringing again a good condition to the muscles of the legs, but also to the veins, to the lymphatic system, etc.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So we thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much.